Welcome back to our live Fitness Fridays. Please know that everyone will be muted for our session, so feel free to huff and puff and sigh and curse, do whatever you need to do to get through the movement. Maybe make some prayers. We also encourage you to join us on camera so we can all move together. You can select speaker view and you'll see Eric blow up really big on your device just to enlarge the video to help with the demonstration of some of the movement that we'll be doing today. The Parkinson's Foundation hosts weekly education and wellness programs through our PD Health at Home virtual programming. You can join us for Mindfulness Mondays, Wellness Wednesdays, and Fitness Fridays. Most of our PD Health at Home programs are recorded and posted on the Parkinson's Foundation's YouTube channel. You can find out more and register to attend our live PD Health at Home programs at parkinson.org/PD Health. PD Health at Home is presented by the Light of Day Foundation, whose generosity has made this programming possible. Thank you, Light of Day. Now to the less fun stuff. At the Parkinson's Foundation, we're here to support your wellness journey. These sessions are designed for general well-being and education, and they are not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Before starting any new movement program, we encourage you to check in with your healthcare provider or a Parkinson's specialist. Let's move with confidence. Please listen to your body, stay steady, and modify as needed. And remember, safety first. And by participating, you acknowledge that you're doing so voluntarily and at your own risk. The Parkinson's Foundation and our facilitators are here to guide and support you, but we cannot take responsibility for any injuries or health-related complications. All right, let's move together safely and with joy. Today, we're thrilled to be joined by Eric Johnson, founder and CEO of Movement Revolution, a Parkinson's Foundation accredited exercise education program. Eric is a visionary neuro-exercise specialist with over 16 years of experience helping more than 2,000 individuals living with neurological conditions, including Parkinson's, stroke, and multiple sclerosis. He developed the innovative neuro-intensive exercise method, combining the latest research with personalized strategies to support recovery and slow disease progression. Under his leadership, Movement Revolution has grown to 4 Chicagoland locations and serves clients worldwide. Please join me in welcoming Eric Johnson, who will be leading us through today's movement session. Eric, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Krista. And, I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. I enjoy thoroughly helping all of our clients with Parkinson's disease move well and move better and move stronger, is what we say here at Movement Revolution. So I'm excited to bring you guys to a class that's going to be called NeuroBalance, and that's going to be balance in the sense of improving balance in general by improving your strength and your mobility, but also creating and finding a balance within one 30 to 40 minute exercise session. How can we cover kind of all the basic needs when it comes to exercise in Parkinson's disease, that being, proper mobility, some strength exercises, some balance, get your heart rate up a little bit, and finally some stretching here at the end. So we're going to kind of hit the gamut of a lot of different ways to move, with the goal being just to find ways so you can move stronger each and every day. So thank you very much for the Parkinson's Foundation and the Fitness Fridays initiative. I think this is, we're always thrilled to be a part of it. If you like this class, feel free to check out some of our other classes for the Fitness Fridays next week in the prior weeks. Our team here has been very delighted to share our expertise with you guys, and we hope you enjoy these classes. So just a real quick, brief equipment demonstration. I think, one of the things that we're going to use today, it's not going to require a whole lot. If you have a resistance band, this is a tubular resistance band, but anything from a rope to one of these or a TheraBand is going to be helpful at adding some resistance to some of the movements. And we are going to be working on some balance exercises and some mobility exercises. So I have just a PVC pipe here that is not necessary. Again, neither one of these are necessary, but if you have something like that nearby, feel free to go ahead and grab that now. The only other thing that we're going to need is a chair, which I'm sure most of you have nearby. We're going to use that. I'll be demonstrating both some seated and some standing versions of all the movements that we do today, so everything can be modified. But if you have a resistance band and even like a broomstick or a dowel of some sort to help maintain balance, you could also use the back of your chair if you don't have one of these. But let's go ahead and get started here, shall we? We're going to be working on like I said, a variety of exercises. We're going to start with some active mobility to get us going. So you're going to want to be sure that you have enough space around you to move freely, left to right, forward and backward. I don't have that big of a space here. I mean, you might not either, but just feel free to make sure you have enough space to move freely and safely within that space. So you can either start standing like I am or seated in a chair. I'd like to just kind of work on some active mobility to start with. So whether you're in the chair or standing, let's start with a wide base of support with our feet. Let's do kind of like a posture check and a balance check. So let's kind of get in touch with where our body is in space right now. Where is the pressure in your feet? Are we on our toes? Are we on our heels? We want to be evenly distributed between your heels and your toes. We want to have a slight bend in your knees. We don't want to be locked out, right? So have a slight bend in those knees. And what I want you to do to start with is just kind of shift your weight from one side to the other side. If you're in the chair, okay, we can kind of do that same thing from shifting just from one side to the other side. And as you do that, I want you to feel that weight distribution planting in from one side to the other side, maintaining that solid base with your heel and your big toe. We can add a little bit of an arm stretch and a reach. We're going to be going through what we call compound exercises or transitional movement patterns today. I find that to be really, really helpful in making sure we can optimize balance and mobility with PD. And sometimes those transitional patterns from standing to stepping, or from forward stepping to side stepping or rotating can cause some challenges with our balance. So that's going to be kind of what we're going to work on today. And this is just kind of get all those muscles loosened up. Now, instead of reaching to the side, I want you to turn and reach across your body from right to left. Okay, as you can see, my other hand is reaching back behind me. If you feel comfortable and able to do so, you can do that as well. You can also take this from a chair as we rotate from one side to the other side. This is not meant to be fast. What you want to be doing is trying to achieve as much range of motion as possible through that reaching arm, through the other arm back that's reaching behind you, from side to side. Okay, let's do one more of these to each side. All right, and let's come back to the center. So now we're going to go regain that firm base of support with your feet. Okay, we're going to be reaching to the floor and then driving up super high to the sky. Yeah, so no matter where you are, okay, you can do that from a chair as well. You're going to reach down to the floor and back up. Go ahead and get started with those. The lower you go into that squat, okay, I see some people kind of bending forward this way. Okay, so we don't necessarily want to be flexing forward and rounding out your back. You want to sink your hips down into a squat motion, keeping your chest up. And then as you come up tall, tucking your hips underneath you, reaching up really high. We are going to be doing some squats today. So it's good to just kind of get in touch with kind of where our body is in space. Where should we be at the top of a stand? Okay, we want your hips tucked, posture tall, chest is up. Okay, if you're doing that from a chair, you're reaching down between the feet and reach up really, really tall. Okay, now let's be a little bit more aware. Keep going with those. Let's be a little bit more aware of where our hands are. So the arms are straight, fingertips are opened up super wide at the top. Okay, let's work everything from our fingertips all the way down to our toes. So let's reach all the way down to the ground and up really tall. Okay, get tall at the top. All the way down. See if we can get a little bit lower as we go. Right? Now let's get a little bit louder too. I like to make sure we kind of hit as many things as we can. Again, coming back to that fine balance. Why not do all these things at once? So let's do a little bit of voice projection. Wake up your neighbors. All right, we're going to reach down to the floor and we are going to shout, ah, as we come up. Okay, we're going to do that 5 times. A little bit louder every single time. Wide fingers, big torso, big posture. Hey, we ready? Let's go down to the floor and that's 1. Down to the floor. 2, don't be bashful. Wake up those neighbors. Down to the floor. That's 3. Check those fingers. Check your form. Down and up. One more time, all the way down. A little louder. Ah. Nice job. Okay, let's shake out those arms a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go into a side step. So if you're seated, you can do this from a seated position. If you feel comfortable standing, you can stand behind a chair. If you don't need help with balance, you can do this just stepping out to the side and back in. So let's take this into a full step, but we're going to add a punch with it. This is our last kind of dynamic mobility and warm-up exercise before we get into the full workout. So it's going to be a step to the side, punch, and back. Step to the other side, punch, and back. Step, you're punching with the opposite hand that you're stepping with. So I'm going to step with my left, punch with my right. Okay? And again, as I'm punching, I'm opening up those fingers. Step to the right, punch left, and back. Step left, punch right, and back. From the chair, you can do that same thing. Step, punch, and back. Step, punch, and back. Step, punch, and back. Give me 2 more. Step, punch, and back. One more time. Step, punch, and back. All right. Our body should be warmed up a little bit now. I'm going to demonstrate using the band. So let's grab our band for the next exercise. It's going to be a sit to stand from the chair. Okay. We're going to kind of build 2 different movement patterns together. So if you don't have a chair, you don't feel like you need to sit all the way into a chair, you can also just do a squat with this exercise, okay? But the band is meant to help emphasize posture, okay? So we want to hit, it's a compound exercises, right? We want to focus on posture and leg strength because those 2 things are very, very closely related. So sitting forward at the edge of that chair, okay? You're going to hold that band just outside the shoulder width apart. Now, we're not pulling apart as far as you can. I just want tension on that band the whole time. Okay, so as you can see here, my arms are straight. We don't want those bent elbows. Okay, one side may be a little bit easier than the other to straighten out that arm, but focus on it. Be mindful of it. Okay, reach those hands forward. We're going to drive forward and up out of the chair. And we're going to take those arms up really, really high at the top of that stand. I'm going to adjust my chair so you guys can see me. Okay? So that's going to be each repetition. Now, I want you to count them out with me. We're going for a set of 12. Okay? So good wide base with the arms, straight arms with tension. Let's drive out and power up really tall. Okay? That's 1. Slowly come back down. Okay? So we're powering up and controlling down. Power up. And arms up really tall. Check your posture. Tuck your hips. That's 2. Slowly come back down. Multiple ways to make this exercise harder. Okay? Let's power up. Arms up overhead. The slower you go on the way down, focus with equal pressure. Heel and toe, like we practiced before. That's that eccentric motion as we go into a chair. No flopping, right? Okay? Power up. Really tall through those arms. Tuck your hips, chest is up, and back down. Okay? Slow and steady. That's number 4. Power up. Straight legs, tall chest, slowly back down. That's number 5. Let's power up. Slowly make our way back down. Okay, we're warming these leg muscles up slow, 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 slow. Good. And power up. That's 7. Slow and steady. Those arms should be burning. If they're not burning, pull them a little bit farther apart or try to keep them straighter. Okay? Power up. Check those elbows. Work them straight. Slowly coming back down. Reaching those hands forward. Slow and steady. Keep those knees wide as we come down, especially as we get a little bit more tired. Okay? Power up. Arm check, posture check, slowly come back down. Okay, you got 2 more here. Power up. Arms up, nice and tall. And slowly come back down. I kind of spoofed a little bit. We have more than 12 of these, but this is just a start to the next exercise. We're going to power up. There we go. And then this time, I want you to sit down as slowly as you can. Okay? Load into your heels. Make sure the big toes are still in contact with the floor. Your hips sink back. Super, super slow. Like when you're going downstairs, right? Sometimes going downstairs is easier than going upstairs. Going downstairs is harder than it is going upstairs because a lot of times we don't work those eccentric muscles going downstairs. And sitting down slowly and practicing those sit to stands, going slow should also help carry over to better stair management as well. So arms are straight. Okay, you can actually bring your arms in a little bit if you want to shake those shoulders out a little bit. We're going to do a sit to stand, but we're going to take that into a side step. So whenever we stand up, we're always going somewhere. So I want you to stand up. We're going to step to the right like you're making a turn to the right to walk down the hallway. Okay? As you do that, you're going to step and rotate through your torso and back. And you're going to sit right back down. We're going to stand up, and now we're going to step to the left. Rotate and back down. So I'm going to always, whenever you're standing up, to move in a direction, right? You want to move your body, turn your torso in the direction you're going. A lot of times those feet get stuck or kind of caught up with us. It's a challenge, right? And that's challenging for our balance. So we're going to power up. Okay, arms stay here. Okay, arms stay strong. You're going to step, turn to the right, and rotate. Good. And then step back. Make sure when you step back, those feet don't come too close together. That's going to challenge your balance. Keep a wide base. Slowly come back down. Now we're going to the left. Power up. Step to the left. And rotate. And back. Make sure your feet are set. Good balance before you sit. If you want to do this from a seated position, you can also step and then rotate, or you can stand behind a chair and do the same thing with a little squat and a step. I invite you to take this exercise as you can, safely, okay? So let's do 4 more to each side for a total of 8. Okay, let's power up, step right, rotate. Should feel a little tightness in your core and your trunk as you rotate. Step back and sit with control. Not as slow as those other ones, but now we know how to do that. Power up. Step left, rotate, and back. Check your feet. Okay, sit slow. Check your feet before we stand. Make sure they're wide enough to give yourself a good base of support. Power up. Going to the right. This is number 3. And rotate. Good. And back. Have a seat. Power up. Those legs might be feeling a little bit now, and those arms. Step to the left and rotate. As you rotate, you want to transfer weight into that leg that you're stepping with. Okay, we don't want to stay back on this leg, otherwise we can't take that next step forward. Let's step back and have a seat. We're halfway there. Power up. Okay, step to the right. Shift your weight into that right leg and rotate. And back. Have a seat. Okay, nice tall posture. Check your feet. Check your positioning. Let's power up. Step and rotate. If you're doing this from a chair, give me a good rotation. Okay, if you're doing this from a chair and you can't stand, you can reach to the floor and still power up. Okay, you got 2 more. Power up. Step right and rotate. And back in and sit. Okay. One last one. Power up. Step to the left and rotate. Okay. All different ways we can make this step back and sit down. There's a lot of different ways we can make this easier or harder, right? You can increase the speed. You can decrease the speed. You can sit in a chair. Find a way that's going to be helpful for you. If you want to go back through and watch this video again, do a little bit faster or modify it to help you the most. Okay. Again, those transitional movement patterns, especially for anyone who has maybe some difficulty with freezing or initiating those steps, practicing this should certainly help with that. Okay, so let's put the band down for this one. We're going to do a strength exercise and then an exercise to get your heart rate up. Okay, so this one we're going to do some either seated or standing jumping jacks. A seated jumping jack could look like this. As a modified version, it could look like this. Okay, standing could look like this. Okay, or a full jumping jack like that. Okay, we're going to do a total of 20. This is meant to get your heart rate up. Okay, I'll start seated and then work to standing. Try to maintain my cadence, whether you want to go faster or not. We want to be in control. We want to be moving big and dynamically. Okay, so let's start with our hands out to the front or at your sides. Okay, we're going to go 20 times. Count them with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, make it a little bit bigger, last 5, 16, back, 17, 18, 19, back, and 20. Nice job. We feeling good? You should be. Okay, you guys are doing great. All right, this next one is going to be, again, a lot about posture. The reason why I focus on posture a lot is because it directly implies, it directly applies to your balance. If we're forward more, those arms aren't swinging as much, it's pulling us forward. That momentum carries us forward. So this exercise is meant to help strengthen all the muscles in the backside of your shoulders and emphasize seated posture. So I'm going to sit seated to start, but you can also do this standing. We're going to grab our band back. If you don't have a band, maybe you have a towel or a rope, just tension with this exercise is going to help. So I'm going to grab the band, same position it was before, just about shoulder width apart. Okay, arms are going to start extended. One arm will stay straight, other arm draws back. You guys have probably done something like this before, right? I call it the bow and arrow, seated row, okay, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to alternate from right to left. As you can see, one hand punches out in front of me while the other hand and the other elbow really pulls back as much as possible, okay? So try that out for me. The closer you grip your hands, the more tension you're going to have on that band. Okay? We want to keep our shoulders low. Your standing option will either be standing here, same thing, okay? Or in a split stance to make it even more challenging. Okay? If that split stance is too easy, you want to make it even harder, you go a single leg stance, bow and arrow. Okay? Challenge yourself safely with what you can do. If you're not quite comfortable with balance, but you want to stand, you can always go up against a wall too. The wall is a great equalizer. It helps us maintain good posture and good balance. So you can kind of lean back up against that wall. Let's start with those arms straight out. One foot slightly in front of the other. Okay? We're going to draw one arm back and hold. So just like those sit to stands that we did and slowing the way down, what we call time on tension. Okay, how long you hold your repetitions for helps build strength and stability in the joints and the muscles that we're working. So as we're pulling back here, you're holding that position, you're holding the shoulder blades back, and that helps sustain our posture. Right? How many of us walk for let's switch hands, for an extended period of time, and the more you walk, the more that posture comes forward. Working on building strength, okay, and balance through held long repetitions really helps. Okay, pull back, the other arm punches forward. Okay, so it's an active press and a pull all at the same time. Okay, I'm going to count out 10 more repetitions. We've already done about 4. Okay, let's switch hands, pull back and hold. That's 1. And switch, pull back and press. Hold it. That's 2. Pull back and hold. That's 3. Pull back and hold. That's 4. Pull back and hold. So actively squeeze back with that forward hand. Try to punch it 1 inch more forward. That should make it a little bit harder. You might feel a slight difference there. What is that, 5? Okay, stay with me here. Pull and hold. That's 6. You may feel one side is a little bit easier than the other to hold and that pull. So focus on that side that's harder. Okay, hold it. That's 7. Switch your feet if you're standing and you're in that split stance. Make sure you switch your feet up. Okay, pull back and punch. Hold it. That's number 8. Okay, pull back and hold. That's 9. We got 1 more. Pull back and hold. That's 10. Very good. So we're not doing a whole lot of repetition. It's not super dynamic, but you should feel a good burn and good activation up through your torso and shoulders. Okay? You can put that band down for the next one. This one's going to be what I call an open up step, or like an opening step. I'm going to turn my chair this way so I can kind of demonstrate if you need some stability or you tend to lose your balance going backward. This exercise is meant to train that motion, almost like a reactive postural exercise, right? If our momentum is taking us backwards, how can we catch that step? Feel free to hold on to that chair if you need to, but it's going to be an open up step and a 1-2 punch. Okay, so make sure you have good balance and good posture. If you're seated, you can go open up step 1-2. Okay, if you're standing, again, you're going to start with your feet neutral. You're going to open up your hips. Okay, punch 1, punch 2, and then come back. And you're going to open up in the opposite direction. So I'm opening my left hip. My hip opens up. My foot points back, almost at an angle behind me. Give me a 1-2 punch, and bring it back in. That punch with each hand is going to force you to control your balance a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit faster speed. Take it at your pace. Okay, so I'm going to open up step 1, 2, and back. Open up step 1, 2, and back. Open 1, 2, and back. Open 1, 2, and back. That transition's kind of hard, but try to make it a little bit more deliberate with that step. Step out, stomp that foot if you need to. 1, 2, and back. Step 1, 2, and back. Open up those fingers on those punches. Okay, work everything here. Open up step 1, 2, and back. Open up step 1, 2, and back. Open step 1, 2, and back. Let's punch a little bit higher with these next couple. Okay, open up step. You're punching to the ceiling. 1, 2, and back. Open up step 1, 2, and back. One more time on each side. Open up step 1, 2, and back. Last one. Open up step 1, 2, and back. Okay, nice job. You see some good punches there. I love it. All right. Now, just to get our heart rates up a little bit more, stationary punches. Okay, we're gonna go jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. As you can see, as I'm doing that, I'm shifting my weight. If you're seated in a chair, feel free to do that, but I want you to be leaning and shifting your weight as you're punching. Okay, we're gonna go for 10 seconds. Let's go 20 seconds. Okay, non-stop punches the whole time. Let's get that heart rate up and get another strength exercise. Hands are up. Okay, go at your own pace. 20 seconds. We're gonna go jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut, jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut, jab, cross, hook, jab, jab. Feeling good? Get some thumbs up. I can see a few of you. You're looking great. Looking great. Now this next one, again, band. It's amazing what we can do with just a couple pieces of equipment. With this band, what I'd like you to do is either seated, okay? We're gonna be pulling the band apart here, okay? So we're actively pulling back this way. Okay? Everything we've done is kind of held positions here, but this one is really meant to strengthen the backside of your shoulders. If you're seated, I want you to have one leg extended, one leg firmly on the floor. And you're gonna be pulling out this way, okay? You're gonna be doing 10 here, and then you're gonna switch legs and do 10 here, okay? For those of you who are not seated, you want to do something standing, we're gonna challenge that balance a little bit more here. Same split stance, okay? You can either take that foot behind you, out to the side, okay? Changing your position of your foot out to the front is gonna challenge your balance in different ways. I want you to feel like you can challenge that balance a little bit, seated or standing. Again, if you need to use the wall, you can use that too. So with that band, we want full range of motion. So you may need to get a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, okay? And you're gonna pull that band all the way to the chest. So as you can see, okay, my hands are slightly below my shoulders, okay? And that band is kind of hitting you right at the chest. If you have pain in your shoulders, any rotator cuff problems, okay, lower those arms down. You can still pull out this way. Or if that one arm's pesky, you just can't do it, just do one arm, keeping the other arm straight. Okay, so we're going to hold balance. We're going to do 10 pull-outs. Okay, emphasize the posture. We're not going for speed. We're going slow. Okay, so we're going to pull out, pause. That's one. Pull out and pause. That's two. Pull out and pause. That's three. Pull out and pause. That's four. Pull out and pause. That's five. Hold it here for me. Hold it here. Now, next five, we're going to add some dual tasking into this. Okay? I want you to name a household pet every time you pull that band out. Okay? A household pet every time you pull that band out. Let's come back to the front. Pull out, dog, and back. Pull out, hold. What else we got? Parakeet, and back. Okay? Pull out, cat, and back. We got two more. What else we got at the house? Pull out, python, and back. Not in my house. Pull out. How about a guinea pig? And back. Okay, let's switch legs. Shake out the arms a little bit. We're going to change up the arm pattern a little bit here. Typically, the first leg that you start with your balance on is your stronger leg. Okay, so now we're probably going to your weaker leg, the one you don't favor as much. So this one might be a little bit more of a challenge. Feel free to tap your heel on the floor if you need to. But I do want to challenge your balance a little bit differently with this, meaning we're changing up the arm position. So one arm comes up, straight arm, one up, one down. And as you do that, I don't want you to be leaning forward. Tuck your hips underneath you, stay tall. One arm comes up, one arm comes down. Okay? So we're going to do 10 of these. You're going to alternate which arm is up and which arm is down. Okay? So let's pull one arm up, one arm down. Good. And return. One arm up, one arm down. And back. Okay? Switch and hold. That's three. Switch and hold. Get that elbow straight, chest up. That's four. And up and hold. That's five. Now up and hold on this one. Now you're going to name different states in the US from northwest going south across the border. All right, with every single repetition. Name the states from northeast or northwest going south across the border, across from the west border to the south border. Okay? Now let's bring those hands back out to the front. What's our first state? Washington. Good. I'm going to be delayed a little bit, so you guys have to answer for yourself. Let's bring those arms back out to the front and switch. What do we got next? Oregon. That was a little too quick on that one. Bring it back to the front. Make sure we're maintaining that balance and the posture. What comes next? The big state, California. Good. And back down. Now we're coming down to the south border. What do we got? Arizona. Good. And back down. Let's do two more. Two more. A little pop quiz. This one always gets everyone. What's the next one? Pull up. Those of you who live there, you know it. New Mexico. And back down. Okay, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, one more time, all the way up. What do we got next? Another big state of Texas. Very nice. Let's bring it back down. Okay, shake those arms out a little bit. Okay, you can put that band down. One more exercise to get our heart rates up. Okay, we're going to combine a kick and a punch. Okay, so we're going to do kicks and punches. Make sure you have enough room to move. You can also do this from a chair very easily, kicking your feet out and punching out. Okay, this is a great way to get your heart rate up if you're seated in a chair. Okay, if you're standing, you need to make sure you maintain that wide base of support. Even when we're throwing these kicks, what I often see, those feet come really close together. You got to keep them wide. Okay, balance first. Check your form so we can generate better power through your kick or better power through your punch. Okay, always maintain that base of support, seated or standing. Okay, so let's get our hands up. Well, we're going to start with a kick. Hands up, make sure we open up the posture. Let's just start with a small, shallow kick from right to left. How does that feel? How's our balance kicking with the right versus the left? Which one needs a little more attention? Okay, pay attention to where your feet are coming down. Am I staying wide? Am I shifting my weight? That's what we need. Okay, keep those feet wide. If you want to make that kick a little bit bigger, you can drive that knee up into a march with a kick. Okay, shift and kick. Shift and kick. Okay, you want to be powerful with this kick. It's very much like taking a step. Okay, we got 10 more of these. I want you to count them as loud as you can, as big as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Maintain that base of support with your feet. We're going to do that jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. 3 rounds of that. Okay, 3 times. If you got the 1 through 6 like we do here at our Rock Steady classes, you can do that too. Okay, but I'm going to do jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Hands are up, posture's tall, wide base support. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. One more time. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Very nice. Okay. Now we're going to go into a lateral kick to the side. Make sure you're not going to kick your neighbor. Okay. Make sure you're not going to kick a chair or couch or an ottoman. Okay. But I'm going to shift my weight to the side and kick out to the side. Okay. Hands stay up so we can maintain that posture. This might be a little more of a challenge. Okay. So if you need that wall, okay, to make sure you can maintain that balance or have that chair nearby, that's what it's there for. Okay. Again, get to know how your stability is when kicking out to the side. This works more of your muscles in the lateral side of your hips. Okay. These lateral weight shifting muscles, almost more important to initiating a step than the hip flexors and the knee drive, this motion. Okay. This is where your balance lives in your hips, side to side. You have to shift your weight before you take a step. This is really important. Okay, hands are up. We can add more dynamic mobility to that kick if you'd like to do so. Okay, 10 more here. Stay with me. 1, 2, check your feet, plant them. 3, 4, 5, check your posture. 6, 7, plant those feet. 8, 9, and 10. Very nice. Okay, 3 more rounds. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Okay, hands are up tall. Ready? Here we go. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut, jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. One more. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Very nice job, everybody. How are we feeling? We good? Okay. This is a well-balanced workout. So if you feel like portions of this you get more out of, come back and do more things like that. Okay? The things that challenge you, do more of them. Okay? The things that challenge us the most are usually the things that we need to work on the most. We're going to finish today with a stretch because I can't stress how important stretching is. No matter how intense your workout, no matter how intensely you move or the lack of intensity in which you move, our bodies need to maintain their mobility. Okay? So we really need to make sure that we're doing our good stretches as we are as active as you all are, at least every Friday, right? So seated in my chair, okay, I'm going to turn it to the side actually so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to go into a basic hamstring stretch. So I'm going to extend one leg out in front of me. My heel is on the floor. All right. And I want you to lean forward with a flat back. You want to be at the edge of your seat. This knee should be as straight as possible. Okay. You're going to gently lean forward at your torso. Okay. Hold that stretch for me. Take 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you have a stretching strap, you can use that. Okay. In through the nose. You can always wrap that around your shoe and pull up. You can use that band that you used for your workout today. Just make sure it doesn't snap back at you. Mine's cylindrical, so sometimes it'll snap back. Let's come back up nice and tall, switch legs. I find most commonly that hamstring to be very, very tight for a lot of our clients with PD. If we're sitting more than we'd like to be throughout the day, whenever you're in this flex position, that hamstring gets really tight. So this is a great, easy stretch to do throughout the day if you find yourself very active or sitting more. Super important. Okay. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And come back up nice and tall. Okay. Now this next one, seated in your chair. Okay. Or give yourself a wide base of support. This is good for trunk rotation and just total trunk mobility. You're going to take your right hand across your left side. Okay, so you're going to cross over that left knee. And then you're going to take your other hand on the chair behind you, whether that's on the seat of the chair, maybe a cushion back behind you. And you're going to kind of pull with that back arm and look behind you and turn your shoulders as much as you can. Try to find an object behind you that you can see. And maybe see another object a little bit farther away in the direction that you're turning. Okay. If you have some stenosis and this is kind of a challenging thing for you to rotate, you can avoid that stretch. Okay. You can just kind of reach forward. Let's go to the other side. You're going to reach your left hand across your right leg. Okay. You want that arm to be straight. Reach the other hand back behind you and look at the wall or the object behind you. See if you can find the same object. You want to maintain symmetry and balance from each side. Very good. Let's come back out to the front. I know I did ask you guys to grab a dowel for today, so I wanted to show you a quick stretch with this dowel for your forearms and for your posture. Okay. I've emphasized posture quite a bit in this workout today, and a lot of the exercises that we did have an impact on posture. That's because our posture helps us maintain our balance, and our strength helps us maintain our balance. So this is a NeuroBalance class. We got to focus on all of it. Okay? if you have a dowel, or even if you have the band that we worked on before, you're gonna kind of use that same position here. I see a couple of canes, that's perfect. You're gonna take that cane back behind you. If you can we wrap it behind your head? If that hurts your neck, don't do that. Don't hit yourself in the head. But you can always pull to the front of the chest too. Okay, but we're gonna pull back behind the head and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Look up toward the ceiling and try to take those elbows and push them back behind you a little bit more. That should really help open up your chest and the front side of your body, especially if you're doing a lot of punching, boxing, type exercises, which I know a lot of our clients do. Let's bring those arms back out to the front. Those muscles get really, really tight, okay? Now from here, let's take that band or the bar straight out in front of you. Let's bring the hands a little bit closer, okay? One of our coaches here is an occupational therapist, and she recorded a class actually for Fitness Fridays on fine motor dexterity and upper extremity mobility and range of motion. So this is a little bit of that. If you want more of it, go check out that video. But you're going to be here, straight arms. You're going to rotate one hand over the other as best you can. Maybe you can rotate even a little bit further. You're going to hold that position. You should feel a stretch maybe in your wrist. Even I'm feeling the back side of my left shoulder. Okay, maybe a little bit in the right shoulder too. Come back out to the front. Again, if you have rotator cuff pain, you can always lower those arms down. Okay, let's switch arms, switch sides. I notice this side's a lot tighter for me because I'm right-handed. A much bigger stretch in my right shoulder. So that's another thing I'd like you to pay attention to when it comes to balance. Okay, pay attention to what your right side of your body is doing versus your left side. All of your exercise routines, you want to be mindful of that, right? That side that's not moving quite as fluidly, or you have more rigidity or tightness, focus on that side. Do a little bit more for that side to overactivate those muscles and try to work on some of that neuroplasticity. Okay, bring those arms back out to the front. Last time, over to the other side. There's a lot more that we could have done with this dowel today. I think you guys did great. You can also use this for any of the exercises when it comes to balance that we did. But thank you so much for joining me today for our NeuroBalance class here at Movement Revolution. I'm thrilled to be a part of this Fitness Friday. So thank you so much. And thank you for moving strong with me. And have a great day.
Thank you so much, Eric. That was so much fun, full of energy, and really inspiring us all to be curious about our movement and our mobility without judgment. So thank you for inviting us into moving our bodies today. Really appreciate your guidance. Stay connected with Movement Revolution. On the screen. You'll see a few ways to stay connected with them. Got an email address up there, a web address, and a phone number to contact the team at Movement Revolution. And get your copy of the Parkinson's exercise recommendations at parkinson.org/exercise and keep the momentum of your movement practice going. If you have any questions or would like to access our free resources, please reach out to our helpline by calling 1-800-4PD-INFO or emailing helpline@parkinson.org. We thank you for joining us today. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you again soon.